You have felt this one, I promise. Someone hits play on a video or a voicemail, and your own voice comes out of the speaker, and something in your chest curls up. You wince. You think, that is not what I sound like. That is not me. It sounds thinner, higher, a little whiny, like some stranger wearing your words. Almost everyone hates the sound of their own recorded voice and quietly assumes the recording got it wrong. But here is the twist. The one that made me laugh out loud when I finally understood it. That cringy stranger on the recording is the real you. That is exactly what you sound like to every single person you have ever talked to. And the warm, rich voice you hear in your own head, the one you actually like, the one you think of as yours, that is the fake one. Stay with me, because once you see why, you will never hear yourself the same way again. I'm Mr. Why? And let's start with the strange part of the puzzle, the part that should bother you. When you hear a recording of yourself, it sounds wrong, thin, not you. But when you hear a recording of your friend or your mum or anyone else, it sounds completely normal. It sounds just like them, exactly the way they do in real life. So think about what that means. If the microphone or the phone were simply bad at capturing voices, it would ruin everyone's voice the same way. But it does not. It only ruins yours. Everyone else comes out sounding right, and only you come out sounding like a stranger. That is the clue. The problem is not the recording at all. The problem is you, or rather, something special about the way you, and only you, get to hear your own voice. And here is the twist that flips the whole thing inside out. You have it exactly backwards. You think the recording is the distorted version, the broken copy, and the voice in your head is the true original. It is the other way around. The recording is the accurate one. The recording is the honest, faithful, real sound of your voice, the same sound the whole world hears. It is the voice inside your head that is secretly enhanced, upgraded, given a warmth and a richness that nobody else ever gets to hear. You are not cringing because the recording is wrong. You are cringing because, for the very first time, you are hearing yourself the plain way everybody else always has, without your own private upgrade switched on. So let me show you the machine underneath it. And it is beautifully simple. When you speak, the sound of your voice reaches your own ears by two completely different roads at the same time. The first road is the one you already know about. Your voice leaves your mouth, travels out through the open air, curves around, and comes back into your ears from the outside, just like any other sound in the room. This is called air conduction. And this air-road version is precisely what everyone else hears, and exactly what a microphone catches, because a microphone only has that one road. It sits out in the air, and listens to the sound that traveled through the air. But you have a second road that nobody else has. When you talk, your vocal cords buzz and vibrate deep in your throat, and those vibrations do not only push out into the air. They also travel straight up through the solid bone of your jaw and your skull, humming through your own head from the inside, and they reach the hearing part of your inner ear directly, without ever going out into the room. This second road is called bone conduction. Your voice is literally shaking your own head, and your head carries that sound inward, through the bone, to your ears. And now, here comes the important part, the secret ingredient. Bone is very good at carrying the low, deep, rumbly frequencies of a sound, the bass notes. So the vibrations that travel up through your skull arrive loaded with extra deep, warm, rich, low tones. That means the voice you hear inside your head is actually two things stacked on top of each other. It is the ordinary air-road voice, the thin one everyone else hears, plus a bonus layer of deep bass piped in privately through your bones. Your whole life, every single time you have spoken, you have heard that richer, warmer, bass-boosted blend. You have literally never heard your voice without the built-in bass turned on. So now think about what a recording does. A microphone has no bones. It cannot feel the vibrations humming through your skull. It only catches the air-road version, the plain one, with all that private bass stripped away. So when you play it back, you hear your voice with the deep, warm layer suddenly gone, thinner and higher than the version living in your head. And your brain, which has heard the bass-boosted version for your entire life, takes one listen and screams, "That is not me, that is wrong." But it is not wrong. It is just you, finally, without the upgrade. You are hearing the you that everyone else has always heard. And you can feel this for yourself right now, with a tiny experiment. Gently press your fingers over your ears, blocking them, and then talk. Or better yet, just hum a low note. You would think that covering your ears would make your voice quieter. Instead, your voice suddenly sounds louder and much deeper and boomier inside your head. And that is the trick working right in front of you. By plugging your ears, you have blocked most of the air road. So now you are hearing your voice almost entirely through the bone road. And the bone road is the deep, bassy one. You just isolated the secret ingredient and heard it on its own. And this is not a quirky little theory. It is basic, solid acoustics, and we use it on purpose all the time. It is the exact idea behind bone conduction headphones, the ones that sit on the bone in front of your ear instead of plugging it, and send sound straight into your skull, leaving your ears open to the world. It is also why a hearing test often checks your ears two ways, once with sound through the air, and once with a little buzzer pressed against the bone behind your ear, because doctors know these are two separate roads into your hearing, and comparing them tells them where a problem lives. Two roads for sound, air, and bone. You have always been using both. You just never noticed. So here is the surprising part, the thing that quietly rearranges how you think about your own voice. You have never, not once in your entire life, actually heard your real voice the way the rest of the world hears it, until a recording plays it back to you. Every conversation you have ever had, every word you have ever spoken to another human being, they were hearing the plain air-road you, the recording you, while you were privately enjoying a warmer, richer, bass-boosted concert that only ever played inside your own head. Everybody else has only ever met the recorded version of you. You are the one person on the planet who has never properly heard it. So here is what I want you to carry with you. That voice you hear in your head, the one you think of as yours, the warm, rich one you are so comfortable with, is a private concert, a special edition, playing for an audience of exactly one person, you, and it always will. Nobody else will ever hear it. And that thin, slightly strange voice on the recording that makes you wince, that is not a bad copy of you. That is you. The real you. The you that your best friend fell in love with talking to. The you your family knows by heart. The you the whole world has always known. The stranger on the recording was never a stranger. It was the only version of your voice that anyone else has ever met. So the next time you hear yourself played back, and your whole body wants to hide, you can smile instead, because now you know the secret. That is not the microphone lying. That is the microphone finally telling the same truth everyone around you has heard your whole life, just without the private bass only your bones could give you. Now, I would love to know, down in the comments, do you cringe at the sound of your own recorded voice? And did you always blame the microphone or the phone? And here is the fun one. Now that you know the real you is the recorded one, does that make you like it a little more? Come and tell me. And if you enjoy having the ordinary things about your own body quietly taken apart until they finally make sense, subscribe and stay for more simple lessons from Mr. Y.